Hi, I'm Mark Small. This is Small Talk for August 9th, 2022. That government is best which governs least. And when taken to its logical conclusion, then government is best which governs not at all. That is how the essay on civil disobedience opened when Henry David Thoreau penned it in the 1840s. He was talking about his protest against the Mexican-American War, where he refused to pay a poll tax. That was a statement about anarchism. Anarchism hadn't really been vocalized or described specifically yet. A man by the name of Pierre Proudhon would be stating things about anarchism about then. Anarchism is the belief that no government is the best of states, that you have an absence of sovereign authority. That means the sovereign authority is the entity in a society that has a monopoly on the use of violence to enforce its directives. That's what government is. It uses violence, that's the police power of the state, to make you do what the government wants. Now, the question is not, first of all, do we want a state? Do we want a sovereign authority? If not, well, then everybody's going to be living in a state of nature, only that gets kind of bloody pretty quickly if people don't have PhDs and are cooperating all over the place. So you have government, you have somebody holding sovereign authority. How are you going to decide who holds that sovereign authority? We tried the whole royalty bit for a long time. That didn't work real well. So we've got democracy, and you have in the United States something like OSHA, for example, that set up regulations on COVID in the workplace. Now, first of all, National Board of Independent Businesses versus OSHA, handed down in January 2022, didn't deal with the directive that required vaccines in the workplace. It said people could either get vaccinated or they could regularly test and wear a mask. Okay, so I guess wearing a mask is some kind of really, really deep philosophical thing where in the workplace, you can go ahead and sneeze on other people. See, if we had any other situation, say, well, we're gonna, that's a workplace thing. It's not specific to their way of working, no. But as the dissent in that case pointed out, OSHA and government authorities had complied with the congressional mandate. They didn't violate it. Of course, there are 3 justices on the court who were put there specifically to ignore rule of law. So put that out the window. But is there a situation in which the governmental authority can say we need to do something in the workplace so people aren't hurt? Well, we've already been doing that for about 40 years. And personally, I think OSHA is being great. People wearing hard hats on job sites, first time you see a 2x4 hit somebody in the hard hat, you realize how beneficial those are. People complained about it when they first put the regs in, but after a while they didn't. Having safety lines, if you're working way up in the air, makes sense. And in this instance, they weren't doing anything that OSHA was not empowered to do. Now, if you don't like that, that's groovy. Then you should ask for us to live in a state of nature. Of course, somebody's going to get the power eventually, and they'll be telling you what to do. And then it won't be something that's acting as an independent agency within a federal government where they've got definite boundaries drawn up. It's going to be a prince. And the king will tell him what to do, and the prince will tell you what to do. That ran 4 minutes. End it. I got to back up. That's not good.